never got ours printing.
And your episode...
Well, it prints, it's just not legible.
Your episode title is A Nice Chain Shirt. So...
A nice chain shirt. Okay.
In quotes. The nicest.
I should have changed that, but I don't want to take it down now.
Oh.
Okay, I'm going to share this
I like it.
out. Yeah. And I think it works, but if someone can verify on the chat real quick if we're getting audio, that would be awesome.
Pop that open.
Ugh, ads.
Oh, I know where they might be. All right, 2 seconds.
Okay, I do hear audio
Yeah.
stream, so perfect.
Yeah, it's going.
So, what are we gonna do now, guys? We're kind of in a thinky dink.
Well, we've successfully prevented the awful cult people who are just awful people
Yeah, they're terrible people.
from getting the priestess that we were trying to save. So maybe they have, I don't know. At least she's in a safe place. I don't know if there's other like more anti-cult stuff that we can do, or
I'm pretty sure that we were going to acquire some slave labor. I mean, free some slaves and ask them nicely to work for us.
do you remember that as well?
Oh, I do remember this. Oh, hello, Ian's kids, or one child. Don't encourage her. Okay, I won't encourage her.
Don't laugh. It just makes them know that they're entertaining.
I love other people's kids and encouraging them to be terrible. My own amusement.
The youngest one is the most ruthless.
Okay, here we are. So are we live on all the streams?
We are indeed. And there's been a share on Facebook.
Awesome. All right, well, let me switch the camera over to me. All right, and that reminds me that I need to turn on the studio cameras. All right.
It's getting fancier, the studio cameras.
Not cameras, the lights I meant, which are two just basically very bright fluorescent bulbs. So it sounds awfully fancy. It is actually sort of Home Depot.
You're going to be like, it's just 5 more minutes. The gaffer's out on a union-mandated break.
Yeah, exactly. So, all right. Well, everybody, this is. We'll go ahead and we will start. We're still waiting for Zach Smith. Let me, in fact, check my. See if he's written back. I haven't heard from him yet, but I sent him his little thing. So. This is the Heroes of Jordoba Adventuring Party. We're doing an actual play session like we do every week. We're using 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons. We do have a Patreon at patreon.com/Uncle Matt, and we have 2 places where you can see us, Twitch and YouTube. And so if you would please subscribe to us, one of those places, so you hear about when we're going to be playing, because it's awesome, and we are the best online D&D group that there is out there in the galaxy, except for Ursa Minor. But those guys have advantages that as humans we don't. So we're going to go ahead and Ian McGarty, you're not pleased with the fact that people on Ursa Minor are better gamers than you?
I'm not.
Okay. It pisses me off too a little bit. But what can you do, you know?
Well,
Liberate Ursa Minor.
Liberate.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's the idea of this campaign is that we're going to liberate.
Yep, you're liberating all kind. You've liberated all kinds of people, and no one knows where they're buried.
At least we don't need them.
So let's wrap up from last time. You guys ended up drifting into another plane of existence briefly as a result of Gabe.
Thanks, Gabe.
I make good choices.
When it was discovered that he had made a pact with the party's main evil villain deity god who was working on taking down everything that they basically stood for. And so there was the minor matter of getting that unwound, which has now happened by making a new warlock pact with an Elohiel that you ran into, fortunately, on that plane when he sort of reached out to see whether you wanted to maybe deal with him instead of Thalascoptus, and then you escaped from that sort of forming plane of existence, which took you into the grounds of the Imperial Palace, because that was where you were pulled into by the Council of Liches that advised the Emperor of Jordoba. And then you had to escape from the Imperial Palace. You managed to do that, and now Albrecht the architect, Zach's dwarf, has been awarded a contract to build a chapel to St. Muriel. And so Ian's idea was to go and liberate some slaves that were in one of the holdout temples of Thalascoptus that you guys know about. And so as far as I know, that's what the plan is, unless you guys are going to change it.
I think that's good. I mean, we have a set budget, and we know how we can keep costs down to put more money in our inflated pockets.
We have to bring a sanctuary to the poor, unbearded masses.
For anyone just joining, everybody but Allah plays a dwarf in this party. Allah is an elf called Just Steve. So,
but I do have a pretty epic beard thing going on, unless that fell off somehow.
Yeah, no, you've got a 5-foot-long goatee as a result of drinking getting an ointment or something from Dr. Omnibus in the Grim Quarter that resulted in the 5-foot-long goatee.
A hair tincture.
It was a hair tincture that I was the only one brave enough to try. And, epic goatee.
We don't want to hurt her beards.
So I think you keep it like wrapped around your neck like a scarf or something like that.
Yeah,
it's a singular hair too. It's
just one long hair.
You know what? It is one singular hair now too. It's just really, really long, but still counts as a beard. Guys, I fit into this party.
So where are we physically located right now?
Well, you're physically located sort of just in general somewhere in Jordoba. You haven't headed toward anywhere. No, actually, you guys headed to the Plaza of St. Muriel because you were scared.
We don't get scared.
Well, you weren't scared. You were cautious.
Reconnoitering.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go into the Shrine of St. Muriel, and I'd like to take 10 minutes to cast Detect Magic on our nice items.
Okay. And the chain shirt is indeed magical.
It's nice.
It's nice.
Super nice.
So not actually nice in quotes. It's legitimately nice.
It's legit nice, yeah.
Legit nice.
Do you know what kind of magical it is?
You're figuring it's about a +1 so that we don't.
Well, I don't know if anyone else uses chain shirts, but I do.
I think all of the dwarves can, but I think you're probably the squishiest.
Either way, I don't know what you're currently using, but I will happily take it, or I will happily pass it. So not a big deal.
I have plate mail, so you are welcome to the chain shirt.
I will take that. Because it has like symbols of Thalascoptus on it or anything like that. No,
no.
Okay.
Not yet.
There's still time.
Yeah, that's right, Beard Man.
Hey, you've got a different patron now. Now it's just going to be more like you're just going to etch some beards on there.
A beardicle.
A beardicle.
Mine will get woven in soon enough. It's
Beard,
not a problem.
beard tentacle. So
Yeah, you got chain shirt. You could just weave that beard right through that sucker.
literally forgets
It kinda-
that. Takes it
Kind of
off.
happens on its own. It's actually really painful.
Yeah, I bet it does, actually.
Yeah, it gets caught in everything.
It makes me respect Vikings more and more every day, the more I learn.
I had quite a long beard for a while, and I really had to watch out for zippers. It was rough.
McGarty,
Oh.
I know what you're thinking.
I bet you do.
Yeah. So anyway,
Anyway,
Like hoodie zippers, guys. Come on.
his face beard, not his. You know
I
what?
didn't
No,
say
nope,
anything.
nope.
no,
I
there
said
it went.
nothing.
See, Ale, you took us right back to the whole
Yeah.
dwarven. Never mind. So we're
Dwarven,
Wo-
never mind.
Womb beards.
Womb beards. Okay. Oh, so I'm assuming Albrecht is going to inquire about the cost of materials, and we're going to take care of the labor department.
Yeah, that sounds like it. I think he may be. It may be that he's going to be late because he did send me a thing saying that he would call us later. So hopefully, what he'll do is join the call and not try and independently give me a call. So, okay. So what do you guys do? You've checked for magic. You've decided that who is getting the chain shirt.
Do we know if the fish paper place has been put out of business permanently?
You have no idea.
We can go check that out.
Yeah, I'm thinking we should.
Maybe from the other side.
I think we
Side
go
of-
down to Tapeworm Alley.
Yeah. Well, that would be my suggestion too, guys. Okay. Well, I'm
Okay.
going to work on my accent.
Yeah, you did Tovak just then, didn't you?
It's really
gotta do
hard. I
that.
really should be doing like more female characters.
She has like a different accent for every day of the week. So
It's true, and it's really hard to keep them all straight.
What you should do is just decide that elves, sound like what your regular voice is, and then you could use your regular voice for just Steve.
wouldn't that be nice?
Oh, did you say end scene last time you played Tovak? Maybe that's the problem.
Oh, that could be, yeah.
I
End
didn't.
scene.
No, I didn't, and that was my mistake.
The scene's been going all week. Well, okay, so maybe we can find some sort of I mean, we can ask around. I don't know who knows the goings on. If there's some sort of like rumor monger type person, or just someone who's got a knowns of the goings on in the Grim Quarter, who might know if
There's also-
they've.
We
Go
also
ahead.
know an ogre tavern that might have some.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, the Ogre Tavern has ogres.
Yeah, it doesn't connect up to
Yeah.
the fish parchment factory. That's where the slugs.
No. But it most likely has human/demi-human captives that could be freed.
For dinner.
Yeah, they sort of cycle through those at the happy ending, though, is the problem. So, in terms of a rumor monger, I mean, the only people that there are a couple people that in the Grim Quarter. There is Dr. Omnibus, from whom just Steve got his beard. There is Iswar the Head Shrinker.
Oh, we got an awesome head.
For him
Where
too.
you bought your just Steve's shrunken head. Just Steve cleaned up in the Grim
He's a
Quarter.
patron of the arts.
Yeah.
The really weird arts.
And we
then-
build that to the Temple of Mitra as an
We
expense
did.
too.
Yeah.
We did.
and then you guys also met one of the telepathic slugs there, the one that was guarding that
guarding.
sewer entrance.
Yeah.
And one of the best lines ever of where I come from, we don't really see the need to guard sewage.
Let's go. We'll head to that square.
Okay, so you go to the Plaza of Worms, which is where Iswar and Dr. Omnibus are located, and that's also where the entrance to the fishmonger is that gets you down. That's the way that you went down before. So that's where you guys are.
Now-
Bad Choice Alley leads off to the right, which is the direction you would go to talk to the slug if it's the same slug who happens to be on guard. And
the last time we were through this alley, I seem to recall I ran over a gnome. So
It was the halfling.
Well, it was a small creature, smaller than me.
That shows you how inaccurate eyewitness testimony is right there. That was not even the correct race of demi-human.
Well, he had a hat though. He had a little pointed hat.
It's now on the shrunken head.
Right. It was like it's a gnome hat. Okay.
Only gnomes can be fashionable.
Look, it's like culture appropriation. I don't really know what the whole story is, but I just seem to recall it was a gnome hat. Regardless, the last time I was here, I ran over some small denizen of the streets, and so I'm gonna maybe have my hood up a little bit.
Yeah, no one cares.
All right, so you do a sort of dwarven hood over the face.
I wear the big glasses.
Thing, you know, the irony of the fact that you're here to try and persuade Curzum and Albrecht to come back and face justice in the Dwarven halls is kind of funny.
The lines get blurred when you're a hard-boiled donkey dwarf detective.
Hard-boiled donkey dwarf detective. I stand in awe of you, sir. All right, so that's Ian's still digesting that one.
You gonna be okay, Ian?
Yeah, I'm good.
I don't think he's good yet. Take a drink of something, Ian. That'll help.
Reel it in. Reel it.
All right, so the hard-boiled donkey dwarf detective heads into the square with his head covered. There are minor changes here and there. The door of the fishmonger's place has apparently been ripped out since the last time you were here, or roughly the last time that you left here. Exactly the last time you left here. Someone has erected, because you remember that there have just been, riots through the city. There is a big post in the middle of the plaza right now that has 3 headless fish ogres slung to it.
That's nice.
Yeah.
I wonder where the heads went.
Yeah, I don't know. So there's Iswar's head shrinking place, which has 2 very large fish head looking things in the window right at the moment. And then there's Dr. Omnibus's office, and then there's also the apothecary. What do you do?
I think we go to the alley, right?
The sewers?
And just to chat.
Okay, so you hang a right onto Bad Choice Alley. You go down, it's about 20 or 30 feet, and then there's the little side alley that goes down to the south that has the sewer grate at the end of it. And then there's the building right at the entrance to Bad Choice Alley is where the slug came out last time.
Yeah, I'm gonna go stand in front of that door.
Okay, just stand in front of it?
For now.
Okay.
Okay. We could just knock.
Well, I'm waiting to see if you come with me. They're watching it somehow. I'll knock.
Okay. A voice suddenly comes into your head. Who is it?
Hi, I talked to your friend the other day, and I was looking to have a chat with you about finding the location of something. And then I'll make like a jingling sound with some coins.
Okay. The door is opened by a blue slug, about 4, maybe 5 feet long, with one little hand, and so it turns the doorknob and looks up at you, and it says, Certainly, the Beggars Guild is always happy to discuss money-making opportunities.
We were looking for slaves.
Oh, what he means to say is we're looking for low
Slaves.
cost labor.
Slaves. I figured you understood slaves.
Well, the Beggars Guild does not approve of slavery in the city. We do, however, rent people.
All right. We were looking. So listen, his cousins, sisters, daughters, boyfriends, cousins, father was actually kidnapped by someone, and we were looking to locate him. So we were just looking for one of those so we could look through, see if he's there, pay the 10 gold he probably owes, and then get out of there with him.
Where?
Where what?
Where is this person?
That's what we're looking to find out.
Well, I mean, the Beggars Guild doesn't have slaves.
Well, you might know who
I
has
didn't-
some.
I don't think I said you did, but those fish people certainly had slaves.
We understand that they had a large number of slaves at one point. Any idea if they're still there?
Oh, you mean the cult of Thalascoptus?
Yeah.
I suppose so, yeah.
Okay. I don't really know. There was a lot of fighting in there during the riots. I know that at least one group of people, they had a lot of people go out that were attacking, and then after some of the fighting, they fought their way back to here. I know they had wounded there. I don't know what's going on there right now.
Do you know any other locations where people might be held against their will?
Well, I mean, all over the place, but the nearest one's probably there.
What about the second nearest?
Hmm.
And don't say that you don't have slaves either, because it makes you sound guilty. Just don't mention it next time. You know what I mean?
We're the Beggars Guild.
Yeah. But don't be like, we're the Beggars Guild. We don't have slaves.
That's
It
right.
just makes
We
you-
don't have slaves. We have beggars.
Like I said, just ignore that. Be like, oh,
Begging is the exact opposite of slavery. In slavery, you work and you don't get paid. In begging, you get paid but you don't work. They're two completely different things. I don't think you
He makes a
understand
pretty
that.
good point.
and I would venture to say that you work pretty hard.
Well, I do, but I'm not one of the beggars.
I'll give him 5 silver.
Ah, wonderful. He takes the 5 silver and puts it in the little purse. And he goes, well, probably the next nearest place would be the Happy Ending, but I can tell you that.
I've been there.
Okay, yeah. So, so am I. The food's not good.
It sounds like a pretty fun place, dude.
Well,
Just you didn't go there.
But you probably, if you're looking to just low hanging fruit, pick up some rescue some people easily. The Temple of Thalascoptus is there's been fighting in there, so presumably they're not quite as the ogres in the Happy Ending had a heyday when the followers of Thalascoptus tried to start something in the Grim Quarter. It was a bad place to try something. You can see the results out there in the square. The fish ogres.
All right, I guess we're going back to the place we keep going to.
Well, you can go some. You can go anywhere you want to.
Well, if I recall correctly, there was that one spot in the wall that supposedly went into the slave
Hey.
quarters. Oh, well, okay. Never mind. Sorry.
He's crazy.
Okay, says the slug.
Well, why don't we go check that
Yeah.
out? I guess unless you want to go to the Happy Ending place, which sounds
No, I'm
kind of
good.
great, little dude.
Thank-
We should go
Thanks.
there.
We appreciate it.
Darn.
May your slime trails ever be moist.
Thank you. I didn't know you were so current in slug culture and so on and so forth. So
I've been deeply immersed in slug culture.
Well, given that that's the case, maybe I'll let you know that there is going to be a situation where a couple of slaves trade hands just down the street, down Bad Choice Alley here a little ways tonight at 8 o'clock, just outside of an opium den that's down and around the corner there.
All right. Do you know
What's the story there?
One person is selling slaves and another one is buying slaves. And
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah, but is it anybody that I wouldn't want to, like, there's certain people you don't want
I
to
want to stop. Yeah.
pee in their gruel, so to speak.
You do?
I don't even know. I just know that the beggars were hired, to look elsewhere while that was going on. So,
Well, I appreciate that. I'll give him another gold piece.
okay.
I look forward to seeing you again.
And you.
Well, I will leave.
Okay.
I'm going to go, let's take a walk and look for the opium den.
Okay. So you walk down, just continuing down Bad Choice Alley.
Makes so
And-
much sense that there's an opium den there.
Let's see. All right. So you go past the apothecary, or that's sort of where you're across from right now. Then past the Beggars Guild office, which is where this guy is. To the north, there is a place called Store, no questions asked. Then
I wonder
you
if
go-
that's storage or things to purchase.
You gonna go in and take a look?
I might have to. Yeah, I'm going in.
Okay. So you go inside, and it's filled with stuff. There is a stuffed grizzly bear, which is not in terribly good condition. It's a little bit patchy here and there are a couple of gnats flying around it. And there are lots and lots of racks of clay lamps, then glassware above that, carved wooden figurines above that. There's a jumble of different sacks, clothes that are for sale, carnival masks, all kinds of things.
Oh, any good carnival masks?
Well,
Anything
what-
with tentacles?
Anything with tentacles. You look around, and yes, you find one that's got sort of they're knitted, floppy tentacles all around. It seems like somebody may have been trying to make a pink beard or something like that. And it's over the top of a harlequin mask that has a long red nose.
All right. Any bird masks?
Bird mask. Yeah, there are lots and lots of bird masks. Lots of mostly kenku masks. There are a couple of parrot masks.
Kenko's good.
Okay.
Is there a mask that has a beard?
Well,
Kenku mask with a beard?
yeah, kenkus don't.
No,
have
no. No, this is a separate mask. So I want to
Okay.
pick up the tentacle one. I'm going to pick up 2 Kenku masks.
Okay.
I'm looking for one with a beard.
Yeah, you find one that looks like it's a dwarf mask.
Oh, perfect. And then I'm going to look at the wooden figurines. Can I find 3 dwarves and an elf for wooden figurines?
Yeah, but one of the dwarves has its sword chipped off.
Oh, that's fine.
Okay.
I'll look for the counter.
All right. Yeah, I mean, there's a guy behind the counter. He's wearing a turban with a couple of ratty pheasant feathers coming out of the top. He says,
Over on the counter.
okay, he looks through the things and he says, all right, 400 gold pieces.
I'll put 2 silver on the counter.
2 gold. Just 2 gold.
I can't ask any questions, so
That's right. I can't either, but it's 2 gold.
This is going much better than your previous negotiation tactic.
I'll put that down 1 gold. Now there's 1 gold and 2 silver. I'll point to the broken weapon on the figurine and make a sad face.
1 gold, 10 silver then.
I'll put 1 more silver down.
He moves one of the Kenku masks and goes, there you go. You can take that.
I'll put 4 more silver down. So
Okay.
1 gold, 7 silver.
All right. He pushes the Kenku mask back in with the rest of it and says, there you go.
All right. Nice. I like this place. Awesome. All right. I'll hand just Steve the dwarf mask.
Okay.
Okay. Oh,
I'll give
alright,
Dane
little dude.
Dane the tentacle mask.
Okay.
I
I don't know
just
if anybody's gonna buy
okay.
this.
And then I'll leave let's go find an opium den.
Oh, okay.
All right.
I mean,
so,
I like where you're thinking.
so you keep on going down Bad Choice Alley past store, no questions asked. You go past a house and another house, and then the alleyway turns, and right. Actually, it doesn't turn; it branches in 2 directions. But there is a door at the building where it branches, and there is a sort of gilded sign over the top of it that says "Opium Den of Quijara the Magnificent."
I'm going in.
All right.
Fancy.
So you come on in, and somebody has painted on the inside of this place a great big religious symbol of Mitra. And it looks recently done and very crudely done. And when you go inside, there's a guy, there's a fat guy wearing a turban sitting at the back of the room. There are 1 or 2 people zonked out on low beds in the room, and he says, "Welcome, welcome. I'm Quijara the Magnificent. Are you here to listen to the pro Mitra speeches, or are you here for some opium?"
The pro Mitra speeches.
Okay, that'll be in 6 hours.
Oh, well, how about the opium?
Well,
Why not?
the opium's here now.
Wow. That was a quick jump. What time will it be in 6 hours?
It'll be 6.
All right.
I'm just saying, if we're already here, we may as well enjoy ourselves and we can kill some time. Get some opium.
Where is the Pro Mitra rally being held?
Usually somebody shows up here and preaches to people. He holds out a pipe full of opium to just Steve and says, "That'll be 5 gold pieces."
5 gold. This better be the best opium I've had in a long time. And then he passed it over.
Okay.
Oh, we do not condone drug use. This is
We do.
not.
No.
So is this a recent partnership between the you guys and the Mitran folks, or
Yes, a fellow named Kaladin came and started making speeches here, and has sort of attracted a lot of Mitra followers to the opium den.
okay, well, I guess if it's good for business.
That's very good for business.
Do I know that name?
Kaladin? No.
I'm not familiar with that. I mean, I've been around the Temple of Mitra quite a bit.
Well, that's true. There is a paladin at the temple named Kaladin.
That's wonderful. I absolutely love that.
It's pretty amazing.
So you're not sure why the paladin is making speeches in an opium den, but
I'm going to reach into my cloak. I'm going to pull out a holy symbol of Mitra and be like, I need to speak with Kaladin. Can you tell me where he is?
he might be watching. Is Jonathan Pickens on any of the channels?
Oh, is it?
Everybody look for Jonathan. We'll see if we
It's
can. If we can.
Is it Jonathan's?
It's Jonathan's Jonathan's character. So see if you can see him on any of the chats, we'll try and maybe bring him into the Skype call. Zach, do you see Jonathan anywhere?
I see Jim Wampler in the chat saying our fault. That was all our fault.
Yeah, that was all their fault, but okay. If we can't find Jonathan, I don't see Jonathan in any of the
I'm sending him a message right now.
Okay. All right. So anyway, he said. So yeah, you do know Kaladin, but at the moment there's no way of getting in contact with him. But maybe he will stop by the opium den. Anyway, so that's the story on that is that Kaladin the Paladin comes and makes speeches.
How much money have you collected in the name of Mitra?
We don't collect money in the name of Mitra. We just run the concessions.
How much money have you collected in the name of Mitra, using the name of Mitra for your concessions?
Nothing at all.
Then the church is going to need 25% of that nothing.
You got it.
Especially if... Oh, I don't want Calvin to get upset when I talk to him. But these are going to be unauthorized and unsanctioned by the church, you know.
Just the paladin comes and he makes speeches. That's all we know.
But this is an unlawful place of worship.
Well, you would have to take that up with him. We're just an opium den.
He makes a valid point there.
True. Very true. Do you remember what happened? It's very hazy.
Yeah.
All right. I guess we're going to leave. I'm out of here. Are you staying to smoke opium, or should we come get you?
He's been smoking opium the whole time.
It's the only way I can keep up with your religious talk, little dude. I get really confused otherwise. But I'm down with whatever you're preaching.
Are you done? Can you take that with you?
Oh, yeah. You guys have to-go cups for your opium?
For an extra silver piece, you can take the pipe.
Oh, perfect. Here you go.
Okay.
All right. Now we can go whatever.
Mark it off your
whatever
character sheet.
we were doing. I'm cool.
All right. So you walk on out. So you've got your bearded elf smoking a pipe with the shrunken head on his shoulder.
With the little hat.
With the little head.
Did the head smoke on you?
He passes the pipe to the head for a little bit. It doesn't smoke it, but doesn't stop him from trying.
Oh my goodness.
So to the south, down the street, there is a wafting, horrible smell, and you guys, I cannot remember if you have been down that direction before or not, but or you could go back to the Plaza of Worms.
We'll go towards the stinkiness.
Okay. So you walk on down, and it's just houses for a little bit, and then you come into another plaza. There is basically an open latrine right toward the middle of the plaza, which is where the bad smell's coming from. There's also a moneylender. That's a house, and that's a house. There is there's a building that has a painting of a red bloodhound on it. And then there is a building that is labeled Mercenary and Guard Recruiting. This being the Grim Quarter and all.
I'd like to go to the dog door.
Okay. So you go over to the dog door.
There's no other sign, just a painting?
Yeah.
I'm going to try opening it.
It's locked from inside, and somebody yells from inside, "What do you want?"
What are you selling?
Beer, but you got to go around front to get it. This is just the office.
Oh. Okay. Thanks.
Yep. So back office to a tavern or something like that. And there's a corner around. That's probably the way to go.
Well, I'm all for, I guess drinking and doing drugs, but should suppose we want to go take care of that other business that we came to this part of town for?
Have we gotten sidetracked along the way?
No, that's happening at 8.
Well, no, not that part. The other thing. Are we not doing that anymore?
The slaves. He's talking about
the last time I tried to talk about it, he yelled at me, so I'm beating around the bush here.
Well, that's because you're talking about it in front of some random slug that is like literally an information broker.
Well, he was probably in my brain anyway.
It's true.
Anyway, did we want to do that, or was that off the table now? I'm just trying to keep up.
I thought he said low-hanging fruit, slave exchange, 8 o'clock by the opium den. I feel like that's, I don't know. All right, let's go check out the fish paper place. But I feel like if they had reinforcements and they've been under siege from like us, probably some other group of a-holes, like a real big group of a-holes, then it's probably worse right now, and they're probably well fortified. Let's go buy some fish.
But they might not know about that thing that I was talking about before, and I'm afraid to talk about.
Okay. Well, all right.
I don't know.
But I'm willing to go check. They may not
recognize us in these rad masks we got going on. Maybe they'll just think we're legitimate paper customers.
Okay, I'm gonna look around and make sure there's nobody listening.
Wearing a mask.
But I thought when we did this long ago, there was that weak spot in the wall that goes directly from outside to into the slave quarters. So
yeah. No, I know what you're talking about.
Okay.
Were we sure that it went into the slave quarters?
I don't think we knew where it actually went.
I thought that was the intel that we'd gotten, and that's how it fit with the map.
We knew where it was, the place where people had heard people calling for help and rapping, on the wall. So the assumption was that it was a fairly thin piece of wall there, but that's all that anyone knew for sure.
I'm impressed that their spirits were high enough to rap. All right, I guess we're tapeworm alley then. I'm okay with that.
We don't actually have to do that. I was just wanted to clarify that was. I was just trying to figure out what we were doing. No big deal.
We do have,
but I do need to run down the stairs quick, so I'll be right back.
Okay, actually, it's a good point to take a quick break, and then we'll move on in and see what Ian's plan is for getting through that wall.
Why do I an architect?
He has a plan.
Maybe.
I only make plans because no one else ponies up a plan.
Hey man, I thought your plan was pretty good when I heard you your bargaining. I was like, that works. It's like, I'll take the one with the broken sword. No, anyway.
Yeah, okay. I know, right?
And you asked for the dwarf mask. You were so nice. Okay.
No, I just think with the rest of you
think it's funny.
It's gonna be great. Finally.
I just think it's really funny. But now I can use it. So my plan with the figurines is I can knock on the door and leave all of them there in front of the door.
Did we lose Ian? Please look at me.
I'm still here. I was frozen for a second.
Okay.
I'll mess up that video.
You're just gonna knock and leave the little figurines?
Yeah, because I think that's funny.
Okay.
No?
No. Is it at the fish parchment place? I'm trying to figure out where you're gonna leave those figurines at.
I don't know. When the time is right, we'll know.
That's gonna be your calling card. The party calling card from now on. It's just little figurines.
I'll just leave The one with a broken sword every time.
That and like death and destruction.
Well, of course.
Small people run over by carts.
All right. I gotta check on children.
Is it just quiet?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, cool.
So
Oh.
have a plan by the time Matt gets back.
Taper Malley. Do we want to go through that wall if that's the case?
Well, if we're gonna do the fish slaves, then I think just busting through that wall. Maybe they don't know about it yet. You know, maybe we get there and the wall's already broken down, and that's how they, that whole place is destroyed. But
Maybe that's how they got all the slaves for the slave trade later.
But I mean, it does raise a good point that maybe if we did want to do both those things, maybe it would be better to do the slave trade first. But I don't know. I'm having trouble thinking at that level right now, which is probably for the best. But
Maybe we can stop at the apothecary or Dr. Omnibus and look for a bomb.
Oh, to deal with the wall?
that's true. We are
Yeah.
lacking our architect.
Oh, what if that actually kills the slaves on the other side?
Oops.
Freedom
For the
comes in
record,
many
the
forms.
cleric said this. The cleric said, oops.
I'm neutral.
Hmm. I mean, having a bomb or two might not be a bad idea anyway, just in case. And we are pretty flush with cash, so
That's a great quote.
Right?
Yeah, I like having that. Good idea anyway. I agree.
hey,
always
it
good
worked
to have
out well for the Swords and Wizardry party, having at least a bomb.
I don't know if it worked out well is the way I described it. It worked
Ew.
out.
It worked out. Luckily,
Definitely had an effect.
it had an effect. Oh.
Okay, you got your 1-round plan ready?
Maybe. We'd like to go to Dr. Omnibus' house.
Okay. So you
Yeah.
head back.
After all of that,
It's just around the corner. There's Dr. Omnibus. There's a sign over the door that says the doctor is in.
I'd like to go in.
Okay. You walk in. Front room is, as it's usually been, cluttered with all kinds of bizarre machinery. Apparently, he's added a table which has 4 straps at the ends of it for more recalcitrant patients, possibly. And he's sitting there in a big stuffed armchair, smoking a pipe when you come in. And he's got, there's like a little hole in the side of his plague doctor mask that he jams it in. And he says, Curzon, it's good to see you again. Why are you wearing the mask?
I like it.
So do I. Makes you look a little bit like a Kenku.
Kind of regal.
Yeah, indeed, regal. Although really, if you think about it, regal is not such a good adjective. People, it's often people who are kind of decrepit. Really, regal is what you go for if you've got nothing else going for you.
It could be.
Mm-hmm. Hopefully, you've got something going for you, though.
Do you have any bombs by any chance?
that's a good segue into the conversation. Like, yes.
How large a bomb?
Middling size.
I'll need a head.
Like you need like a physical head.
Fresh one?
Human head would be good. Yeah, fresh.
Oh.
Then I can. Then I have everything. I have everything for the bomb except the head.
Oh, you make them out of heads?
Every bomb is different. They need to have character for a good bomb.
All right, hold on. I'll go to the head shrinker, guys.
Usually I'd be more perturbed by this idea, but I feel like we've got a good supply right here. So
okay, so down the corner
door.
over to Iswar. All right, you look inside. There doesn't appear to be anybody in the room.
Is there like a bell or anything?
Yeah.
I'll knock or ring
Okay.
the bell. Or whatever.
made out of a skull.
Okay. A guy sort of appears almost out of nowhere. He must have been around a corner or something, and he says, yes, yes, yes. That's a terrible mask.
Thank you.
It doesn't look anything like a Kenku,
It's
really.
not a mask.
I thought it was a dwarf mask.
No, it's hers. His.
I've got the dwarf mask, guys.
It's
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, you're the one wearing the Kenku mask.
Yeah.
He says, really, the dwarf mask isn't particularly good either.
no.
None of them.
This actually is real.
I was looking for a slightly used human head.
Yeah, I have a couple of rejects. 10 gold pieces.
If they're
For
rejects, would you
rejects?
take 6 gold pieces?
Nope, 10. 10's the price for rejects. Look, he points up at a board on the wall where it's got prices for different heads, and human head, comma, reject, 10 gold pieces.
How about
Oh,
16 for 2?
16 for 2? Yeah, I can do that. I do have sort of there have been riots recently, so there's surplus. Hang on a moment. So
Get me ugly ones.
you want ugly ones?
Oh, yeah.
Lots of character.
Okay. All right, one with
And
lots
they'll
of
only
character.
get prettier if they blow up.
Oh, you're getting bombs from the doctor? Hang on a second. Ugh. Yeah, these are good for bombs. So he walks over with 2 heads. That'll be 16 gold. Puts him down on the counter.
I will give him 16 gold.
Okay. Happy explosions.
That's what we're
Thank
hoping
you.
for.
All right. You
All
can go
right,
back.
we'll go back to Dr. Omnibus.
Okay, so Dr. Omnibus says, you want 2 bombs, or is one of those decorative?
If you can do 2, it depends on the cost, I suppose.
There are 100 gold pieces each for a large bomb, 50 for one that's more like a grenade.
There's no medium bombs?
Nope. Well, yeah, you find me a dwarf head.
Wouldn't a dwarf head bigger bomb?
Bigger bomb?
All
They got
right.
thick skulls, probably difficult to just.
It's more concussive that way.
That's right. You get more shrapnel out of a dwarf head.
Well, we've been told that this wall isn't particularly sturdy, so I think if we just go with the assumption that the grenade-style bomb will get the job done, we can get two of them.
How do you set the bomb off?
You throw it really hard.
And the large bomb has like an explosion of like what distance?
Well, it depends on whether there are walls in the way.
Okay. And could you throw something at the bomb and set it off?
Yeah, or drop it.
Be jostled roughly in the street. Any one of those things will do it.
Yeah.
All right. I'll take 2 large bombs.
Okay. So he takes the heads and he goes, it'll be about 3 hours. And
Perfect.
he starts uncoiling some tubing from a spool that's up on one of the walls, and then he runs over and starts collecting several little boxes, and then he walks very carefully over to the bomb making area and puts the boxes down carefully and starts working on putting stuff together. It's like, could you bring me that that jar over there that has the 3 mice in it?
Sure. I'll bring him that jar. Is the bomb making area labeled bomb making area?
No.
Oh, that's disappointing.
Well,
I'll bring
it's,
him three mice.
Okay.
It's bomb making area / kitchen counter. Could go either way.
So he pops a mouse into one of the heads and holds it in there, and pops a mouse into the other head, holds both the 2 heads closed, and puts the 3rd mouse back in there and puts it to the side.
Now, this might be the opium talking little dudes, but it seems like he's making bombs with mice.
No, he's using the mice to clean out the head.
Well, are you a bomb maker? Because I don't know if that's not how it's done.
I mostly make poisons.
I have.
For spirit and for vermin, but
Suppose they do have expertise in brewing, but I don't think it's that kind of brewing.
But Steve does want to watch how these bombs get made out of like pure curiosity, even though the experience is probably tainted by his current state of inebriation.
Okay.
If you're going to hang around here, I'm going to go get some sawdust.
What?
I want 2 sacks full of sawdust.
I just.
Oh, man.
What is,
This is going to be bad. Okay. So
Maybe some flour.
exactly. Always coal dust will do it too.
I feel coal dust would be harder to get, though.
Also, it's terrible for your lungs. But then again, so are those other things.
Yeah, breathing sawdust's not a whole lot better for you than breathing coal dust, really. Okay, so yeah, you're able to go and get a couple of great big ass bags of sawdust, and it'll cost you about 2 silver.
Done.
So now, which is like really, really heavy. So you'll have to actually bring your centipede.
I'm fine with that. Number 1 can come with us.
Okay. So you come back with 2 massive bags of sawdust, and right about then, you come in and he is braiding what looks like some sort of hair over the top of each of the 2 the heads, using the hair to make a wick of some kind.
So they have to be lit?
You can light them. They're very, very versatile. Like I said, you can light them or drop them. Or bump them.
throw them very hard.
Or softly.
Or
Those
softly.
they'll also be safer packed in sawdust.
Yeah, unless you light them.
Yeah, unless you light them.
He gets out a little shaker and shakes it, and you smell kerosene as little droplets fall from the.
great.
All right. All that's left is the nails. So
Like-
he gets a hammer and bangs a bunch of nails into
Oh.
each one of the two heads.
I was talking about fingernails for a second. They're little dudes.
No. Nails are good with bombs. That's the thing I learned from the goblins.
They hurt the soft parts of the people caught in the blast.
Yeah, it's like having, nuts in your brownies when you make brownies. It's,
All brick uses ball bearings. Have you tried those?
No.
Seems like a waste of good ball bearings, if you ask me.
That one's on the house.
Okay.
It depends on what you're going for, I guess, little dudes.
Actually, ball bearings
Because they count.
are kind of expensive.
Yeah, they're chartered and engineered than pointy sharp thing.
But then you could sell an anti-personnel bomb.
Well, that's
Charge
kind of
like 50.
that's really what the nails do.
Different damage type. So instead of piercing, it becomes bludgeoning damage for the mechanically inclined.
I feel like the fact that the skull makes it psychological damage too.
Psychic damage. You take 1 point of psychic damage and then it explodes.
So what have you seen going on in the Thalasscoptus temple over there lately?
Ooh, lots of activity. Let's see. They brought in a lot of wounded, and but there's been fighting since then. I don't know whether they've been reinforced or if they're between. Eventually, they're going to give up on that place, I think, because it's just been, it's turned into a battleground. This is why you keep your temples secret.
Yeah, agreed.
Pisses me off.
Like hidden in the bottom of a pond or something.
Yeah.
Or like through a muddy floor underneath a bunch of stone tiles.
Yeah, or you just have a room that you don't tell anyone where your temple is.
Well, I think that's what they were going for with the whole front and stuff. But I guess it wasn't a very good front since they were selling fish paper and it's the whole deep sea god. Maybe if they were selling like people skin paper or something.
That wouldn't draw any attention to them, really. Look at Iswar.
This is a weird city. I miss the straightforward dwarf tunnels where 90% of all crime involved a donkey. I knew what I was getting into there.
There you go.
All it takes is one donkey and it just ruins everything for the entire dwarven village.
Just utter silence from Ian. I don't know whether we've lost his audio or...
Well, we haven't had his video in a while, so I'm not sure.
You there? Ian, can you hear us? Ian?
Uh-oh.
Okay, so we have lost Ian. Well, when he gets back, we can point out to him that all it takes is one donkey and your dwarven village breaks out in crime all over the place.
I thought everybody knew that.
Yeah, I know. All right, so well, until we get
our
Ian,
bombs.
until we get
I'm here. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're back. Okay.
I was muted. I was searching for a stuffed bunny.
Oh, okay. Yeah, boy, done that before.
It's not fun.
You find it?
I used a facsimile replacement.
Have you ever
one.
had to go back and secretly buy the identical toy to the one that was lost?
I've done some blankets that way.
Uh-huh.
But
Okay, so the there's been some discussion about dwarven crime, but other than that, your bombs are done now that they're sprinkled with kerosene and have the nails in them.
all right, I will put them each in their own sawdust bag on the caterpillar.
All right. And
Do we want to check is the fish shop open?
the fishmonger? Yeah.
Do
But do you want to go to the fish paper place back in Paper Mallet?
I don't know. What do you think?
Well, I almost think maybe we do a quick casing of the that one, because there was the one hallway or alleyway that goes right in front of like the door that we didn't go through into the fishmonger place, the one that goes through the office. And there's the bolted door with the ogre guard, or there used to be at least.
But
That's
downstairs. with Mallory.
yeah, that's the paper room, the paper sales office.
Is that not what we were talking about? Sorry.
No, Ian was talking about going in through the fishmonger, which is where you get in, and then there's that ramp going down. Because that's like literally right across the square from Dr. Omnis's.
That's true, but so that way, if there is any like reinforcements at all, or like guarding of the thing at all, we'll have to fight through it to get to the slaves. The other way was where the weak wall was on the other side, so across that alley.
We could try to con our way past the fish vendor. No.
Well, I think I'm confused. Because doesn't the fish vendor take us the back way that we went before and went to?
Yes.
Yeah.
So there's two entrances
the
to
office.
this place.
Possibly a third that we'd have to blow.
Yeah, y'all are talking about three possible entrances. There's via the fishmonger, which would take you in the way that you had been before. There is just going in the front door down in Tapeworm Alley, which was where the ogre was, and then the third way is this speculated weak point in the wall.
And that's by the door to the front office as well.
Yeah,
right?
that's just it's on Tapeworm Alley. It's just a little bit further down, so it's part of the same front wall of the thing behind it.
So I guess
Going via Tapeworm Alley is probably the safest option. If we
We'll
want
do
to
it-
check out to
I
make
think
sure if the
at least scope it out.
scope out if there's an ogre there, and if there isn't, then we can try the bomb approach, and hopefully that won't kill all the slaves that we're trying to rescue.
All right, Ian. At this point, you realize that somebody has picked your pocket.
Okay.
Oh, no.
You're short 10 gold pieces. You're not sure when it happened.
Joke's on him. I don't have 10 gold pieces.
Okay, what did you have?
You can have copper or silver.
He got 10. Let's see, 1 through 3, it's copper. Nope, he got 10 silver pieces from you.
All right.
So we know it's a dude that's robbing you.
I'm okay
All right.
with that.
So back down to Tapeworm Alley, back and forth forever.
Yep.
I guess
We'll go down there.
We'll check out the paper place.
Okay, so you guys go down Tapeworm Alley, walk along past the various stores and beggars and ugly people and all of the stuff that's nasty about Tapeworm Alley, in between the guttering torches on the walls and the low archway that gives you claustrophobia, except for everybody but just Steve, so eventually you get first to the door that says fish parchment, and written, painted across the door is the word closed.
It's permanently closed. All right. Can we slowly walk the wall and listen? Listen for
Go. You're going to go down and look for the weak spot. Okay, yeah. So you go down about, let's see, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, about 100 feet, 90, 100 feet. And you do see a point in the wall that both you and Gabe think could potentially be weaker than what you've been going past up until that point. Maybe just knocking, idly on the wall as you went along, and all of a sudden you get a slightly different tone to it that really only a dwarf would be able to hear the difference. But so you're at a weaker point in the wall.
So if we lean up against that wall and listen for a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Steve, just pretend to be a drug addict. Oh, that's perfect. Good job. Yep. Okay. Just loiter around. You're doing great.
Oh, you guys want me to keep watch or something? Or did,
No, you're perfect. Just looking like a vagrant right now. So.
all right, little dudes. If that's what you want me to do, I got this.
All right. So,
his opium pipe somewhere.
all right. So, and then which mask were you wearing?
The dwarf mask.
You're wearing the dwarf mask. Okay. So, yeah.
Really?
So,
I'm gonna slip on my beard mask.
oh, you haven't been wearing it? Okay.
I wasn't before that now.
All right, so you've got your beard mask, and so just Steve is listening, and after about 15 minutes of listening, Steve, you conclude that it's probably a bathroom on the other side.
Oh, okay. Well, it sounds like this is the bathroom. I don't know if they were yelling for help out of there or maybe somewhere else, but I can definitely hear the sounds of.
Maybe if they were yelling for help from the bathroom, it wasn't one of the slaves.
Too much fish will do that to you.
Too much. Oh my goodness.
I don't know what we're gonna get into if you guys are gonna try to blow this up though.
I really wish we had Ian's video.
I'm sort of happy it's not going right now.
Yeah. Okay, so just Steve is questioning the wisdom of using a bomb to get into the bathroom.
I'm just saying it might not be the best. Well, maybe if we do it from far away and we just leave it here against the wall and hope for the best.
No, I think we go up, take a look at the other fish vendor guy.
Up from the top.
We can always come back. It's harder for us to unexplode the wall. So
okay, as Gabe is saying that, a beggar comes up to you guys and says, "Spare a penny, spare a copper."
I'll give him 3 silver because that's what I got left.
Okay. He looks at it and he goes, "I can't make change." Gives you back one of the silver pieces.
All right.
It's regulated.
Hey, Mr. Beggar, are you a good source of information around these parts?
I suppose so. I suppose so. What do you want to know? Maybe I know it.
We've been told that there's some people holding other people captive.
Yeah, all up and down the street.
Oh wow, all up and down the street.
Yeah.
So this paper
literally every building.
Yeah, well, there's the Cotswolds next door, and I'd really say that they sort of hold each other captive there. But that's the kind of marriage you don't want to end up in, is the Cotswolds. But so then you go on a little bit further down the street, and you've got the tea storage place, and they've got a couple of halflings that they've got caged up in there, mainly for tasting the tea. Then you've got this place down right over here, which would be the fish parchment manufacturing area. In fact, you're standing in front of part of it here, and in the fish manufacturing parchment area, you go through and they've got, I don't know, about 10 people in there that they work on boiling up the fish and then turning it, the skin, into parchment. And they've fallen on hard times these days. Then going back down there a little bit further on, well, how much? I could talk forever about this whole thing. You want me to just keep going, or?
Well, you've given us a lot of information already, little dude. But I mean, for an extra silver coin, would you be willing to tell us if there's any back doors that may be more easily accessible?
To the Cotswolds?
Oh, really more to the fish guys. They seem like they have the most people in need of being freed.
Oh, okay. Oh, so you're out liberating people.
Yeah, that's what we're doing.
Okay, boy, I got in trouble with the last people who were liberating people, but okay. So yeah, the fella named Kaladin. Anyway,
that guy gets around, doesn't he?
Well, he holds a prayer vigil over at the opium den.
Oh yeah, we're gonna attend that a little while later.
Okay, good.
Sounds like he knows what he's talking about.
you might see me there. Well, let's see. Back doors into the fish manufacturer. Well, have you been up to the plaza up there where there's like an open latrine in the middle of the plaza? That's one way in. And you can go in through, there's little blind alley off of Bad Choice Alley that's got a grate in it, and that costs a silver piece to go in, but you can go in that way, and that'll take you through down to somewhere that that you don't want to be. And let's see.
Anything on like this side of the street? Maybe less latrines involved.
Well, there's the door down there, and that door is probably, now that is the front door, but if what you're looking for is a nearby door, it would be that one.
But it says it's closed, so we can't really just go in there on a good day.
Well, all right, so just so that I understand what you're saying, there's a closed sign on the door. So you don't want to go through the door. You would rather blow up this part of the wall because there's a closed sign on the door. Is that just to make sure?
Reliable architect that said that this is probably the safer approach.
Then go. Okay, fine. I'll take that extra silver piece now. He says to the dwarf. That silver piece I gave you back for change. I need that. I'm gonna go have a beer afterwards.
I mean, we can always try the closed door. We haven't tried it before.
No, I think we go upstairs. Go up to that plaza.
And do we want to go via the latrine grate, the other grate that we don't want to go down, or
the fishmonger?
Ian's just decided he's not going through any latrines. Is all.
That's probably a safe bet.
Not at all.
No, is the beggar still here?
Yeah.
Wait for him to leave.
He's
I
just
give him a glare. Okay. I say nothing.
Okay. He waits. He looks at you.
I look at him.
Did you want me to leave? He says.
No. Why do you ask that?
You just looked a little bit like you wanted me to leave. So.
Well, I don't know. Do you want to leave?
Not at the moment.
Okay. Well, good.
I'm leaving. I'm going to go back up to the plaza.
Okay.
All right.
Ian,
We're going to go back up the other plaza again. So we're just trying to find the best way to this place.
The beggar follows you.
That's fine.
Okay. So the three of you and one beggar go back up, and you're where? The Plaza of Worms?
Yeah.
Okay, and you've got your centipede with you because you're carrying the two bombs.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. You go up to the fishmonger?
Yes.
Okay. Inside, they are still selling fish. There's a guy behind the counter, and there's a sign above it that says under new management. And he says, welcome, come in, buy some fish.
What kind of fish you got for sale?
Everything. We have catfish, we have trout, we have sea bass, we have mutant sea bass, we have goldfish, everything.
Do you have much in the way of de-skinned fish?
It's all de-skinned except the goldfish.
What do you do with all the skin?
I buy the fish this way, wholesale. It's a pretty good deal.
All right.
I've only recently, acquired the business. The fellow who used to run it is deceased.
When did you buy it? How did you acquire it if he was deceased?
Oh, well, I bought it about 5 days ago, right before the riots, really. And somebody had busted out the front door and killed the guy that was here. I got a pretty good price on it from the city.
Well, the city sold it to you?
It was an estate sale, yeah.
Yeah, it's an estate sale. We're gonna have to look at your back room for a little bit.
Why?
It's in regards to the other guy's death. It might be directly linked.
To his death?
Yep,
Like a ghost or something?
something like that. I'll show him my holy symbol of Mitra.
Okay. He says, "Oh, that's a nice holy symbol. Why are you wearing masks?"
Just for fun, to make things more exciting. Here, I'll take it off. I'll take off the Kenku mask.
Okay.
Is that better?
No. I mean, nothing personal, but you could put
All
it
right,
back on if you want.
I'll put the mask back on. All right, so I'll head towards his back room.
Okay. What the setup here is that because they bring in carts, and so there's that sort of hatchway that's about 3 feet above the floor level that you go through, and that's the way that you get into that back area.
Yeah, I'll kind of like climb up there if I can.
Okay, so you clamber up the 3-foot thing, and then you get down on the other side. There's a little ramp. It leads down to the a room that's about 30 feet by 40 feet, where there used to be a cart and various other boxes and things like that. And it looks like the area has been trashed. So there's not really anything that's intact left there. And then there's the ramp that leads down into the secret temple area.
I guess, do we want to go down?
You shouldn't, says the guy up front. You're not supposed to go down there. He's leaning through the hatch.
We gotta make sure it ain't haunted, dude.
Why not?
Oh man.
Well, there's no trespassers down there, according to the people who own the place down there.
What are you gonna do if we go down there?
I don't care, but I'm just saying you're not supposed to.
Well, I feel like comments like that are what got the other guy killed.
I thought you said it was something that was in the back room that got him killed.
Yeah, this is you making comments about the back room is in the back room, isn't it?
Oh.
Sheesh.
What if we just slip him some coins? Says just Steve a little too loudly because he's tripping on opium.
Okay.
I'm going down the ramp.
Okay. So you start heading down the ramp. There's no light down here, which is not a problem for this particular party. But previously, there were cultists and human guards down here, but it's dark. And so you go down around the corner. There are some scorch marks on some of the walls. And there's very definitely, just Steve notices that there are several small blood trails leading either up or down. You're not sure. Some of them coming down the ramp and all along the entrance hallway. It looks like several probably wounded people have moved around in here.
How old are they?
About well, let's see. It looks like it's probably about the time of the riots, which would have been about 3 days ago.
Oh, he did mention that they were bringing wounded in.
Yeah, do we want to keep going, or do we want
That
to...
the blood trails would match up with wounded being brought in and out.
I mean, this
Well,
is your rodeo.
Yeah, I guess I'm still curious why we want to do this as opposed to just blowing up the bathroom wall. But that's
I
just
don't know,
me.
because we don't have to blow up a wall in like a public thoroughfare.
Yeah, I'm still not getting it. No, that's fine. That's a good point.
Well, do you want to go listen at that first door? So go 80 feet down that corridor.
I'm
Then the
good. I'm
left.
good with the.
Go 40 feet. Listen at that door.
Well, let's go check it out. If this place is really all shut down and closed, maybe there won't be any bad guys here, and then we can just hope that the slaves are still there.
Okay, let's check it out.
Okay, so you're going to go. All right, so the first step of the journey is that you were talking about is going down the long corridor leading southward, and then you get to the corner where you turn. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
so go
All right,
past
that's
the
where.
fish room.
Yep. All right, so that's where I'm going to pick up with the camera so you guys can see what's going on. But let's take a quick break.
All right.
All right.
I'm going to shut down my Skype and recall you since this camera's being a pain in the ass.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Ian, got it.
And we miss your beautiful face.
Okay.
And your expressions.
Yeah, it's mostly your expressions.
Of horror.
Maybe.
Well, I see your. I hear your voice and see your circle.
Yep, but that's about it.
There you go. There you go.
Oh,
Bye.
bye. So I was having that same problem when I had to turn off the chroma cam stuff.
I already did that.
It just kept going black.
Well, I see chroma cam in your screen there.
No, that's what I did before.
Ah.
I just shut it down. Well, part of it was I wasn't using the chroma cam webcam. And here we go. Perfect.
Yay, we can see you.
It's probably best that you didn't. The 3-year-old kept out. Shake my fist at her.
Did it work?
No,
It
No.
never
that
does.
never works. That never works.
Never works.
Oh. I feel like this is a bad idea, but
Uh-oh.
maybe we should just wait for the opium deal.
I mean, maybe I suspect that the fish paper manufacturer has already been summarily cleaned out,
Skeetered.
skeetered. And then maybe like all those poor slaves have just been
Just left there.
They could have been left. They could have just been reacquired by another enterprising soul.
Yeah. Too bad it's not us. That could be the deal that's going down.
Could have been us. We ran away.
Yeah, right. We made the right choice.
You're probably for the best.
So, and Matt's taking it easy on you guys in the other group.
Not that easy.
Hey, no one's guiding bolted any of you. That 46 is painful.
Well, you don't have guiding bolt and swords and wizardry.
You could.
Although he did capture us with the same hobgoblin multiple times, which was very generous at that hobgoblin, but he's made a killing off of our bodies.
Yeah, you guys got him, though.
We got him. We got him so good.
Took so long.
It took us so many battles. Third time's the charm is what they say.
Third time's the charm. Third captures the charm. Too bad he wasn't alive. We could just go talk to him.
Yeah, I mean, he would be a great person for acquiring some help. Maybe somebody has moved in on his domain.
Yeah, we need to find a hobgoblin.
We need to find the next hobgoblin.
Well, I mean, this is a place where you could find a hobgoblin. I mean, not where you are standing right now, which is in the.
I just want Shane to see how it's done.
Ouch.
Oh.
So, right at the moment, you guys are looking at the door to the fish storage room, and so this is the murder corridor where you killed lots and lots of people last time. So, that's where it's oriented. If you need a hobgoblin, you know there are going to be a few wandering around in the Grim Quarter if you need one. I only came in on the tail end of that. I don't know if it was a joke.
We're saying we needed the hobgoblin that kept kidnapping and knocking out the other party.
Oh, that was a bugbear.
Bugbear.
Oh,
sorry.
bugbear. That's right.
All right. So can we listen at the door right there?
Yeah.
I can tell you what do you want my passive? Is a 13.
Yeah. Okay. You do not hear anything at the door.
I will poke my head around the corner.
Okay. So, Curzon moves forward, and you.
As usual, I will keep an eye on R6.
Okay.
Just in case that other fish guy said to call the city guards on us.
Okay. The beggar departed at some point and is no longer following you. So yeah, you're looking at the.
There goes our fighter.
The door that ought to lead into the manufactory.
I'll go listen at that door.
Okay. You go up and listen at that door. And you are able to hear two sort of almost squeaky, burbly voices talking to each other. You don't understand the language, so you don't know what they're saying.
So fish guys.
Oh, we've
Dane, do you want to do the I'm a Thalos captain and
I need to see them to do it.
No. But like here, I'll take a robe and a holy symbol out of my pack and hand them to you.
Oh no, it's cool. I still got mine.
I think. You guys got yours too. Here's mine.
All right, so everybody's got a cultist robe. You're gonna put them on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
You gonna accessorize that with any Kenku masks or dwarf masks, or you're just gonna go with the cultist look?
I'm just gonna go with the cultist look and get my beard all nice and like tentacly.
Okay.
No masks.
Yeah, no masks here. Steve will just have his hood up.
Okay.
All right.
Extra dramatic.
Open the door.
Get to bed.
Yep.
Okay. You try the latch, and it's locked.
Oh, I got this. I will attempt to unlock it with lockpicks.
Okay.
Since I have this skill with my proficiency bonus. Let's see here.
Don't we have a shit ton of keys from the last time we were doing this?
Listen, I've been waiting ages.
I feel like we have the key for this.
Don't take this from him.
15 plus.
The thing is that it's Ian that has the keys, so you do have the keys, but Kurzim is the one who has them, and Kurzim is taking out lockpicks and trying to pick the lock.
He's like, I'm lockpicking it, and he just unlocks.
I have 17.
Okay, so Kurzim very stealthily unlocks the door. And the door is open. You can't see anything on the other side.
All right, let's go in our ropes.
Okay. So the three of you go in. And so you've just stepped through the door, and you're in the fish manufactory. And let me try and get the camera angle. Okay. So there's that large room, about 50 by 30, as you've seen it before. However, it's been trashed from the point that it was originally in operation back when you saw it, when it was a working place. The cauldron's tipped over. One big cauldron that's got a pair of like fish legs stuck out under it, like the Wicked Witch of the East. You've got the crane is still there and looks like it's probably still intact. There's the door to the south, which is the one that's labeled office. There are three other doors in the room. You're familiar with it. There are three fish guys, fairly small, in the room, and they turn when they see you come in. What do?
I hold up a holy symbol of Thalascoptus and say, "Hail Thalascoptus, we've been sent for the slaves."
Hail Thalascoptus, they all say, very obediently and as loudly as they can. And they say, "The slaves are through there." And they all point to the far door, the one that looks like the sort of grate of a prison room down there.
Well done.
And you all stand there looking at the door with the fishmen.
So
we lost
Will,
Ian again.
No, yeah, the Skype is hating me today. But
Will, unless do you want to do anything else?
I think we send them to get him, right? No?
Oh, I'm okay with that.
You guys are the
fishmen-
charismatic ones here.
All right, I'll say, "Bring the slaves to me."
Okay, yes, sir. Hail Thalascoptus!
And
Hail
do not harm-
Thalascoptus!
Do not harm them.
Okay, so they run, they go through the door. And then there's a pause and a pause and a pause. And then one of them comes back through the door, and he says, the Grand Master says that he does not know anything about the slaves having to come out right now, and that I should do something that's anatomically impossible. So I don't know what to do. Hail Thalascoptus!
All right, I guess.
Maybe we should go speak to him.
Yeah, we need to go speak to him. Let's go.
I'll stay here, says the fish guy.
No, you should. You need to come with us.
I really don't want to. He's not in a very good mood.
All right.
So I'll just stay here.
This guy seems so nice.
Oh.
So I'll see you later. And he starts opening the door to the north door.
Hail Thalascoptus.
I'll hit him in the back of the head with a hammer when he's doing that.
Okay, roll to hit.
That's not great. I've got a 14 to hit.
Yeah, that'll do it. Roll damage.
5 damage.
Okay. That kills him, so he drops dead.
Oh.
And there's a little squealing scream from back over at the door, which has got, the holes in it where apparently some other fish person was watching this.
All right. We will start heading that way.
And I'm going to open his mind and speak into it and say, he defied Thalascoptus.
Okay. So as you guys are heading over, and Gabe thinks to the guy, all of a sudden, the little fish guy goes, on the far side of the door, goes, "Hail Thalascoptus!" And
He knows what's up.
As one should.
he opens the door for you. And it's another one of the little fish guys, and stands to the side and sort of, ushers you into the hallway.
All right. I guess we're going in.
Yep.
Okay. So you guys go up to the hall over here, and let me move my fish guy out of the way. What you're seeing down the hallway, let's see, the corridor goes for 10, 20, 30, about 40 feet. There's a door to the north and south. Then it continues on through into some sort of room. You can't see it particularly well, but toward the end of the corridor, it goes into a room, and it also looks like there's a corridor that breaks to the north just before that room. Okay, so you go through the door, and here you are on the far side of the door. There's the door to the north. There's the door to the south, and then the corridor goes forward like this. And at that point, 3 cultists of Thalascoptus, you can tell because they're dressed like you are, come around the corner. And they see you. And the one in the lead says, "Who are you?"
I say, "Who are you?"
"I am Blibdul Nisfar."
I am Gurgle's Slippery Fish, and I am here by the Inquisitor out by the tide pool has sent us to gather the slaves.
The Inquisitor by the tide pool?
The Inquisitor through the pool. You've never been there? Oh.
No, but I'm familiar with it.
How are you familiar with it if you've never been there?
Well, I've never been to the you mean the temple in the dungeon where the Inquisitors are?
Look, all you need to know is that we have no more use for slaves in this shithole which you guys have let fall into ruin.
And can't even protect.
And we need them somewhere where they'll be more useful. So unless you have something for them to be doing here, I think it's high time that we get them going.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose it's this way. And they walk through to the room that's at the end of the corridor.
Where's your boss?
And walk into there. Well, you ask that question, and the guy turns around and he says, "In here."
All right, I guess we're starting forward.
Okay. So you go just walking straight down.
I'm going to take a peek to the left really quick, though, just to look.
Okay. You look to the left, and that's just a corridor with a door at the end of it, leading to some other room.
All right.
Okay. Following along, you walk through the little archway at the end of the corridor, and this room is obviously the sort of a combination of guard post and slave holding room. There's one of in addition to the cultists, There's one of the big fish guys over in the corner, who's obviously the boss guy. And then on the south wall, there's like a portcullis gate, and there are people on the far side of it who are presumably at least the slaves. What do you do?
I say, all right, release them, please. So
Okay.
we're gonna be on our way. The city is
So-
still dangerous.
At that, the fish guy walks up closer to you and sort of peers at you. And then he says, "You're not wearing your holy symbols correctly."
It was a tussle getting through the city streets.
Good one.
Oh.
It's not safe. We kept having to sort of hide them and obscure them, and then we rushed to get our things back on. We need to be quick about this before those Mitran patrols start on the streets again.
Do you hear they're having?
I should,
like,
well, let me go and ask the high priest.
Have you heard about
just
the
take-
He
the
starts.
This is
meetings
taking
the
forever.
Mitran priests are holding right across the street? That's just
There's a cleric
have a lot
of
of
Mitra
talent.
out there named
Where?
Kaladin. There's a paladin of Mitra. He's outside. His name is Kaladin, the paladin
yeah.
of Mitra.
He holds
at the
like
opium den.
gatherings right outside.
Yeah, this part of town is getting way too hot for this.
When this Kaladin the Paladin is going to attack, or he's not going to attack if we let you take the slaves? I don't understand.
We need to get all of the resources out of here as quickly as possible. Please unlock the door.
Fine. So he pulls out a great big iron key and unlocks the portcullis gate thing. And some people sort of inch their way out, looking cautiously around. Oops. And
Oh, yeah.
they're obviously
Hurry up,
the
then.
slaves. What?
I'll yell at the people. Hurry up, then.
All right. So the fish guy moves aside, and the people start shuffling their way out.
And I'll sort of take the lead with them and get them moving.
Okay.
Are they chained or are they like?
No, they're not. Okay,
Okay,
so
well-
you guys turn around and start heading out.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm going
no.
to wait till I'm behind the slaves. I'm staying with
Yeah,
just Steve.
Okay, so
yeah, I'll
you're
be in the rear too.
all right. So Curzum and Steve are at the rear, and
Dane.
Dane, you're leading the way out?
Yeah, I'm leading
Okay.
them. And if they like start to try and run or do anything shifty that slaves shouldn't be doing, I'll scold them.
Okay. They don't. They're so they walk out to here, and
I'm
they
gonna
see
shut-
the dead fish person, and they sort of look over at you guys.
He defied Thalascoptus.
Oh, you were saying something about I'm going to shut something.
shutting that door that we just walked through into that
Okay,
main room.
so as Curzum comes through, he shuts the door, and you
Where
guys,
does,
where are you taking
we
them
can
from
see
here?
through it.
To the right.
Back the way we came.
Yeah.
All right, you go out to there, and you
in
make
that
it
door.
into the murder corridor, and you head out with the
lo-
slaves.
I'm locking that door behind us too.
Yep.
Okay. So that, all right, so you lock that door. Okay.
With the key this time.
Whoa, what?
You
You had
sure?
this the whole time?
You're sure you could do it
wasted
with
how
those
much
lockpicks?
time?
I wanted to see if I could pull it off.
Well, I'm very
You're just
impressed.
testing your skills.
I've never used them, and the bard so generously gave his life to give me lockpicks.
Oh,
That was like most of my item budget too.
That's why I didn't have any.
That and the hurdy gritty was very.
All right. You guys got the slaves out. So,
Out of-
they shuffle up to the top, and you hear a sort of drag noise behind you as you're going up the ramp.
A what noise? A what noise?
Dragging.
Dragging.
Oh, okay.
Coming from where?
From behind you, and
So I will go to the
what's
side
your
of the door.
what's everybody's wisdom score?
Oh,
The actual score?
No, just the bonus.
+3.
Okay.
+2.
-1.
It's like my strength or dex.
All right, so Ala, you and Ian both notice that following you about 20 feet behind, there is a new blood trail following you and appearing as it goes along.
Duh.
That's creepy as hell. I don't notice it.
Yeah, you're like, what's going on?
I
you guys-
will
You guys just stop.
throw. I will say, show yourself.
The blood trail stops, and the little puddle of blood begins to get a little bit bigger and bigger, and it just seems to be waiting there.
All right, I'll throw a bag of chalk dust on it.
Okay. You throw chalk dust on it, and it it sort of shapes a figure that's standing there. Looks a great deal like the guy who sells the shrunken heads, and behind him, he's been dragging along that little fish man that you guys killed back in the main area. And he's just standing there looking around.
Well, hurry it up. Come on.
Oh, okay, let's go.
Come on.
All right, so he comes along dragging the fish person.
We better start getting the friends and family discount if this keeps up. That's all I'm saying.
Now you get to the room, and you've got the hatchway that you could go out. Are you gonna do anything before going through the hatchway into the fishmonger's shop?
I think we want to listen, right?
Okay, you listen. There's somebody buying fish in there.
How many slaves total are there?
10.
It's Iswar. Leave your little body with me. I'll bring it up there and just scope it out up there for me, please.
All right. Well, somebody's got to bang me down because he's covered in chalk.
Oh yeah. I'll wave
Okay.
him off with the brush him off.
Right.
Someone's
So
gonna
he's
feather him.
he's still a little bit cloudy.
Freezing.
But so yeah,
I was
he
gonna
goes.
say,
He goes.
phrasing.
What?
Phrasing.
Oh,
brush him off.
So yeah, he peeks over the top of the hatchway, and he looks back down again, and he sort of sneaks over and says, "Yeah, that's the Widow Smith buying fish,
Nothing else.
fishmonger."
All right. I'll
Yes,
I'll
wait until they're done.
lead him up then, and we'll cover the rear. I'm gonna
Okay.
be watching
So
back
is-
down.
So Iswar, sort of half visible, half not, climbs out of the hatch, and he tips his hat and he says, "Widow, new fishmonger fella." And then he reaches out and he says, "Hand me my fish thing."
Yeah.
Okay, so he gets his fish thing and walks out the front door.
Now, Curzon, I'm kind of gonna. This is a little aside to him. Did we want to tell the slaves anything, or are we just gonna? What do you want?
Take him to the square of St. Muriel.
But do we want to tell them we're doing that? Because they might. I don't know if they're gonna try and run or.
I think we tell them as we're out of here. As we're walking.
I'll let you run the show. I'll just watch the back in case anything happens behind.
when I'll go up the ramp first, and as they're coming up, I'll flash them my that holy symbol of Mitra, and I'll say, just behave and stay with us if you know what's good for you, and like wink at them. And then
Okay, so you behave if you know what's good for you. Now, wink.
and then start to like lead them out of here and head towards.
Okay, so the next person out of the fishmonger's hatchway is the blood-covered dwarf from killing the fish guy, and so you sort of work your way over the top, and then you begin handing ragged slaves out through the hatchway one after another until there's 10. And meanwhile, the fishmonger and the widow are sort of watching this. And then the widow sort of shoulders past you guys, and she's like, "Excuse me, gotta go. Let her by." All right. So
I'm not going to stop her. Yeah.
All right. Then the
we're
fishmonger
still dressed
goes.
like Thalascoptus folks, so yeah.
Okay.
Just ditch those robes later.
I'll take off the robe now and ditch the holy symbol.
Okay.
Put it back on my pack.
All right. So you guys are able to, you all exit from the fishmonger's stall.
Put my dwarf mask back on.
Okay. Now no one will know who you are.
Yep. Perfect.
That's just 3 more.
Matt's like, I'm sick of all these costume changes.
No, I'm liking the costume changes because one time you're going to get them wrong.
I feel like we've gotten them wrong every time so far. But that's just me.
Yeah. All right. So you've rescued the slaves, and so you're able to turn and start heading out. And as you're on your way, there is an ogre that sort of stops you just as you're getting ready to go down the road and get out of the Grim Quarter. And he looks at you and he goes, "Those your slaves?"
What business of yours is it?
I make it my business to know things.
These are currently my slaves.
How much did you sell 4 of them for?
4,000 gold pieces.
That's a little high.
So is our elf.
Little more than high, little dudes.
You have an elf?
Nope.
Because
Well,
Steve's wearing the dwarf mask. See, I am keeping track of the costume changes.
It's true.
And it's an ogre. So as far as it's concerned, you're all short.
it's a dwarf. It's half elf, half dwarf.
Okay. Well, how much for him then? Because that's kind of unusual. I'll give you 100 for the dwarf thing.
Oh man, at least worth 1,000.
Yeah, I'm super attached to him.
Okay. All right. Well, and he just sort of walks on.
All right.
Okay.
Thought I was going to get the guiding bolt.
Thought you were going to do what?
Get to guiding bolt someone.
Oh.
Well, I thought maybe he was going to be a slave broker, and we could like buy more slaves off him.
You didn't ask. He asked me to.
Matt was giving us the chance to take the evil action and sell some slaves to get some money.
Or you could have bought slaves from him.
Yeah, we need to get his card.
I don't have any money.
We have intel on where a slave trade is going to go down. So we need more.
Yeah, he's probably going to be there. It's fine.
Ogre slave traders don't use cards. It's like a whole sheet of paper.
Well, his rock or whatever it is. I don't know.
It's like a carved wooden sign.
Yeah, their fingers are too fat to handle little tiny business cards.
It's just a river stone with his thumbprint in it.
That's stone giants there.
Oh.
All right, so
All
you
right.
guys are able to get your 10 slaves to the Plaza of St. Muriel, and you've got like about a half hour before your slave trade at the opium den is supposed to go down.
So I'll kind of explain to them that we've freed them and ask them, "Are you from Jordoba? Like, what's your deal? Do you need employment?"
They're all from Jordoba. They were kidnapped at various times. Only one of them's actually a citizen of Jordoba. Most of them were, out of the various communities that live in there, and so yeah, I mean they're very pleased. And if you are offering them, low-paying wages to work on the Chapel of St. Muriel, they're happy to do that because they've just been rescued, by St. Muriel. So building a chapel seems to be a great idea for them as long as they're fed and housed while it's going on. So yeah, that'll work.
Perfect.
Yeah, we could probably do that at basic living wage.
And I'll leave
Does it
leave
cost
them
the
with
data? Go ahead.
Sister Eliza,
Okay.
and then we
So
can get back to our
Sister
next
Eliza
segment.
looks at you and she says, "You're a better person than I thought."
Us too.
Yeah.
I surprised me.
Not the two of you so much. I always thought the two of you were okay, but he's very suspicious. He acts as if he's got a criminal background. See,
Has
shifty
anyone-
eyes.
Has
But
anyone
he's
told you that you're a good judge of character?
Huh?
Has anyone told you that you're a good judge of character?
Oh yes,
Well, the
I'm a
very
good
best.
character. I don't. I confess though, I don't know why your high elf is wearing a dwarf mask. That's very difficult.
It
to
was
think.
it was
It's-
part
it's
of a
right there in
very
the name.
elaborate ruse.
It's a high elf.
High elf.
So regal.
There you go. So now both of the elves in the parties are addicted to opium. Okay.
Is orchestric too? Dang it. We're both
Oh yeah. Orchestric was there last session. So.
okay. It's just apparently it's the
Oh
only
no!
thing to do.
Wait, no. That was okay. That was when they were adventuring with Jonathan. It was just him and Jim Wampler, and Jonathan was when the visit to the opium den happened.
Well, I'm sure orchestric will likely get into opium if he had the opportunity.
Oh, he already has. The funny thing, Ian, was that store that was no questions asked. He was like, "That's Ian's store. Ian's character must have set up this store because that's exactly the kind of store that he would set up." So it was kind of funny when you were like, "Oh, I go in. It looks interesting."
Well, Bill made the mistake of selling me the alchemists after I got that beaker of potions in Mithras
Oh,
for a ridiculous amount of gold.
yeah.
So, and it was worth it just to push the potions during the games because I thought it was funny, bidding them up.
Yeah. Okay, so you guys are set with that. Do you want to go and interrupt this other transaction that's going to be taking place?
Definitely.
Nobody needs
Yeah.
to go. Okay.
Yeah.
If we can get some more slaves, that'd be great.
All right.
I haven't guiding bolted anybody today.
No, Could we get
Zach.
some
Yes.
Has Jonathan Pickens joined either of the chats that you've seen?
I have not
I
seen
I messaged him and I don't think he's around.
Didn't get an answer. Okay. All right. So you guys head over to the opium den of Kijara the Magnificent.
I'm just gonna say, if we can get him on next time, would it be better to give him a week and then we can have him as a guest character next time in the opium den?
We could do that.
I'm down with that. We can. Do you have his information to contact him? I can
yeah.
always do it. All right.
Oh yeah. Okay. So all right. Well,
this
let's.
way we
it's-
have at least a week to see if we can get him in here.
And it wouldn't hurt to have Zach with us.
Well, I know that he's usually watching. So, all right, cool. Well, let's do that. And
You barely killed anybody.
I know that was sort of a slowish one.
That's bad for 5.
But the thing was that you talked your way through successfully. So you didn't really need to do the carnage. So I'm going to go ahead experience point wise.
We're just hoping.
And give you 300 experience points each.
Take it. Nice.
Because that's just as good as fighting your way through. So
Wait till you see the wooden figurine maneuver.
you've got something in mind for the wooden figurines.
Oh yeah.
I'm not even a little bit surprised.
They're like this tall. So
That's perfect. Yeah, that's perfect.
now I can't wait for next week.
Right?
That's what. And I have 2 bombs. This is not good.
Oh,
Yeah, because those bombs, I didn't make you do dexterity checks or anything, but they are
That's why I packed
easily
them in
ignited.
sawdust.
I know,
Like
which
packed
was a
them
really
so they
good
wouldn't-
idea, or there would have been several dexterity checks.
Yeah, it's what. I'm not Skeeter. I plan ahead.
I know you were ahead of me on that one, but you know.
It's what I would have done to you.
Yeah, no, I know. No, it's all fair, and you got the sawdust, and you got the credit for having the sawdust, because it would have been just a hell of a lot of fun to have that bomb go off, but sawdust. So
Would have been like hot potato inside that temple.
yeah, I thought you were getting the sawdust as an accelerant. You know,
I
that's
am.
what I figured as well. Yeah, but
Yeah, I was expecting that as well.
But that's what you use it for. It's dual use. You use the sawdust to ignite it.
yeah, just drop the whole thing off a cliff, and then get,
Oh, yeah.
get both your sawdust and your bomb.
Concerned
You
that this is gonna
dump
end
it out.
poorly.
So it's like you go on the roof during the slave trade and dump it out. Just let's see what happens.
I'm not concerned it's going to end poorly so much as confident it's going to. But that said, thank you very much for the game.
Oh,
You're at
you're welcome.
war. You'll survive.
My
That's the
pleasure.
plan.
All right, guys. Well, we'll go ahead and I'll see you tomorrow. The rest of you
Yep.
guys, I'll see you during the week.
Have a good night.
All right, bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.